This 26 Sports and CCTV high school football presentation is brought to you by Cadillac Casting Incorporated.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Hope you enjoyed that halftime show. Performed some 80s music by the Pine River Marching Band. Down here, McBain has a 20-0 halftime lead over the Pine River Bucks. McBain opened scoring in the first quarter with about 7:55 gone on a nice pass from quarterback UTEC to Verberkmos. They were unable to capitalize on the 2-point conversion. That made it 6-0. A little bit later, kind of a replay. UTEC to Verberkmos makes it 12-0. And once again, McBain unable to convert the 2 points. With 11 minutes to go in the second quarter, McBain strikes again, this time on a 5-yard run from Rodenbaugh, making it 18-0. And Sycamore makes a nice catch to make it 20-0. Just before halftime, the Bucks stop McBain inside their own Buck 5-yard line, and they had a great drive. Got all the way down inside the McBain 5. A couple penalties later, and Pine River unable to score. It's 20-0 right now. I'm Dan Gussard, alongside me with Chad Phillips. Chad, what are your thoughts here for Pine River to get back in this game as they get ready to kick off here in front of you, everybody?
Well, they got to get a stop here. They got a big enough hole as it is, so a 3-and-out or a couple series or something and get back on O, and had a little momentum on O at the end of the last half. So
they've had a couple of good mini drives. They started the game with a first down, got into McBain territory and unable to make it continue. Kickoff there, picked up on the run by McBain. They get it outside the 40. And here we go with second half action.
Yeah, it looks like McBain's coming out in their power set here. I see the option play.
Just a read right up the middle, and that's Sealand. It's about a 7 to 8 yard gain. When I talked to Coach Martin before the game, they were kind of worried about Noah Hendrickson, number 44, in his power game, but it's really been Sealand that's hurt the Bucks here tonight inside. Cole Sealand, the senior. Not a lot right now from Hendrickson. Just as we say that, I think that's him there with the carry.
That's actually Rodenbaugh. I'm thinking Henderson, we're probably slow to figure this out, maybe painfully slow. But
yeah.
Is Henderson out? I haven't seen him.
You know what? I don't recall calling his number. I did see at halftime a couple of McBain players, not in uniform. So maybe got a little injury there.
Yeah, upper right.
Sealand on a run right there, breaks the tackle, breaks the second tackle. Nice job by the Bucks defense to continue with the play. And certainly a nice job running by Sealand. He was able to take probably a no gain into a 2-yard gain.
Maybe our cameras, when they get a chance over on the 40-yard line, the McBain 40, there's a couple guys in slings, and I'm wondering if one of them isn't Hendrickson, because we would have said his name by now. Yep, they're over about the 40.
UTEC takes the snap, hands it up right up the middle. Sealand again. He is brought down, following number 75 right there, Bonico. Following his block, he gets about 8 yards. I think that was Noah Carper with the tackle right there.
There they are. Let's see if we can get 44. Yep, looks like we may have.
Yep. Nice job, camera crew. We appreciate that.
Looks like Henderson, he was Coach Martin's number one priority to stop him.
Yeah.
So
I
think he got stopped by maybe a shoulder injury.
And another dose of Sealand up the middle. He's going to get close to the first down. I think he's going to be a little bit short right here.
Well, I'm going to guess that we're probably not going to get a call from any NFL stations that it only took us a half to figure out their best running back was off in a sling.
We'll blame that on the heat, Chad.
Yep. Yeah.
So we got 4th down and just a little bit here for McBain. Maybe a long 2 feet, short yard. See what they do here. Just a keeper right there. And it looks like UTEC is able to follow his center and get about a yard and a half to get that first down.
Yeah, maybe
see
that's why
Owen
we
Gray,
saw.
I think he was on that tackle right there, number 58. Excuse me, that's Brian McCurry.
So maybe that's why we've seen him go to the air a little more than we expected. That, and they were successful at it. The fact that Noah Hendrick is out for tonight. Hendrickson.
Up the middle ceiling again.
There's your fullback trap out of the Delaware wing T set. Again, this is kind of like a blending of the two offenses.
Looked like a nice block in there by number 51. That's Chase Vandenbos on that O-line of McBain, which is started this 3rd quarter out pretty strong as they have moved the ball steadily down the field and are now at the Pine River 25-yard line.
Yeah, maybe after this play I'll try to call out the O-linemen a little because they, as you just did, they don't get a lot of glory.
They don't. We got a flag on the play right there. Probably a good chance if we get some of those O-linemen, Chad.
Well, what I had off film at least from last week, starting on the O-line for these guys was Sean Sickema, 50, Chase Vandenbos, 51, Kyle Hamilton, 55, Owen Bonaco, 75, and did I miss one in there? Seems like I did.
Yeah, let's see if we can get that number here for you. 18 maybe?
Well, 18's playing tight end. That's
Yeah,
Andrew
he
Sickema.
is. Oh. We got a whole line change right here. Is about McBain subs about 4 players. Is looks like a holding call against McBain here.
And I think I forgot Richard Fauble, 77, the center.
Fauble, the senior for McBain, as we watch referees backing up. As that might not have been a holding call. That I'm not sure what that call was. It's going to come up with about 20 yards here on McBain. 2nd and 20 here from their 40-yard line.
First time they've been that I can remember in a situation like this and long. Now we got a spread set. They're going to try to get out of it.
UTEC looks, throws it over the middle. Nice job right there by the Bucks on coverage right there. We got a late flag, Chad, on that.
Yeah, the target was George Brown III. He made a couple big catches earlier. But that flag seems to be, well,
looked like it might have been pass interference. Might have been there a little early, but that flag sure came in a little late. Get the signal here as the 3rd quarter started out with a few penalties here, slowing things down.
Yep.
Well, a little interference against the Bucks.
That's going to be a 15-yarder, but it's not going to result in a first down if I remember the rule correctly in high school.
So everybody, while we're doing that, why don't we give a big shout out here as we watch the official take care of this to our sponsors. Tonight we have the Walkley Agency, Lake City Materials, Napa, which has the locations in Cadillac, Lake City, and Big Rapids, Cadillac Tire, Cadillac Casting, Fox Motors of Cadillac, Godfrey Chevrolet Buick, Little Pizza Plus, and right down our way up north, Specialty Meats and Powell's Grocery. Let's see if we get a replay of this interception right there. That is exactly how you play defense.
Andrew Park, yes.
Did we get a replay of that? It looks like it's coming up right now, everybody. Is that Parks with that?
Yeah, Park took it away from George Brown III.
You can see him heading
GB3.
over. Coach giving him a big high five there. Are we getting that replay? Okay, we did not get that. Either way, it results in a McBain turnover. Pine River kind of about starting where they had their last possession just before halftime, deep in their own territory. They are able to thwart McBain's opening drive of the second half.
Yeah, tough starting position here, but better than giving up a touchdown the other way. Oh, nearly a safety But Lewis managed to get away from the grass with a McBain defender and get to the 4-yard line.
Lewis once again showing his nifty feet work as he gets it out to about the 5-yard line from what looked like was going to be a McBain safety there a moment ago. Bucks looking over to the sideline to get their play. Trenton Holmes taking the snap right here. Shotgun look for the Bucks. Luke Hill keeps it. He's going to get a nice gain right here. He breaks one tackle.
Nice hard run.
Nice hard run. You are right there, Chad. Sycamore on the tackle right there as Luke gets about maybe 9 yards, 9 2/3. Hard to tell where that mark is right now. Going to bring up 3rd down for the Bucks, 3rd and 1. As you see Sasha Holmes run onto the field for the Bucks.
Sasha Huffman.
Thank you very much, Sasha Huffman. There are a lot of Holmes down here.
Yeah.
You're right.
If you say Holmes, there's a chance you were right.
Yep.
Expecting to see a little freeze call here where they try to draw him off sides of this.
Brock Nelson looked a little hobbled as they come off the field there. Might be a little nagging injury that he's been fighting with here. And I think with some great open broken tackle running right there, Elijah Lewis gets the 1st down. Kind of following behind Josh Shaw, number 64 right there for the Bucks, leading the way.
Sean Sycamore was in the backfield, caused him some troubles. Tell you what, he's been a handful tonight. Nice looking defensive tackle for McBain. Tell you what, these big guys they have, they're not big and pudgy. They're big and athletic.
Yeah.
There's a nice looking defensive lineman there.
6:25 to go, the 3rd quarter here. Luke Hill gets the ball, makes a quick pitch to Elijah Lewis. He's scampering around back there, looking and looking and looking. Makes the first guy miss again, but only gets about a yard on that play.
Yep, and that's Sycamore again on the play. Tell you what, one thing, looks like we might have
looks like we got an injury there, yep.
This could be our first cramp of the night. I was expecting to see a cramp a lot earlier.
Yeah, in this heat. I checked my phone at halftime here, Chad. It's still about 76 degrees and high humidity. While we're at a little stop and play here, why don't we take a quick break as trainers out there take a look at an injured player. Is that what you want us to do, Truck?
Dude, you are not even great.
And by trainer, we mean Coach Martin, because the trainers got budgeted out about a decade ago, unfortunately.
So jack of all trades there.
Yeah, McBain, I don't know. If they had a trainer, they would probably come out and help. They traditionally have had trainers, but they may have fallen to the same fate.
And certainly required by high school athletics for MHSA for football. We have an ambulance crew on. We can see number 79 there. That is Ethan Crisp. Right, nice round of applause for him as he heads off to the Buck sideline. Folks, if you are interested in ordering up some DVDs of high school football action, you can get a couple of different things. You can get an 18 set game. You can watch every game that we cover this year, or you can order some mini sets, some box sets of your specific team. We cover McBain, Mesick, Pine River, Lake City games. 3-game sets for each one of those schools. You can call 231-577-1844 for that, or you can do a little bit of internet work. You can check out mynews26.com, cctv-cadillac.org. As the Bucks get ready for 2nd and 8 now.
Carper came in for Crisp at left tackle.
Quick pitch out here to Lewis. And that play was blown up pretty quick right there. Number 4, I think, on that play.
Yep, Justin Camphouse playing outside backer. We haven't called his name much tonight because the D-line has been able to get there before the linebackers on a lot of the plays.
Did a nice job, fought off his blocker, made the play. That'll be about a 3-yard loss, maybe 4-yard loss for the Bucks. That's going to bring up a little longer 3rd down now, 3rd and 12. Just moments ago, Bucks Andrew Park with a big interception. Pine River starts deep in their own territory. You got a first down and started a little bit the second set of downs and now kind of going backwards here. Long throw right there.
Oh. It actually wasn't a bad thrown ball. For whatever reason, the Buck receiver, Brock Nelson, kind of let up a little bit, and that's a kind of a cardinal sin of a receiver to let up and get overthrown.
Yep.
We do have a score over from the Lake City, Beale City matchup, which could decide the Highland, depending on if McBain could have a say still too if they hang on this one. But Lake City is up. Did I say Lake City was up?
Beale, I think,
Beale was up 7-0. So that would.
So the Bucks punt, and we get a monster punt right here, way high in the air.
Yeah, nice punt. Netted about 45 yards.
We got a flag on the play right there.
Should say probably netted about 30 yards, but it was about a 45-yard punt.
And
well, as they try to figure out what's going on here, it's kind of nice to see Pine River. Everybody in the Pine River stands. Nobody is leaning forward due to the bleachers. We had both ends of the bleachers last fall. Were
taken out.
The whole bleachers were taken out due to the condition, and now everybody's sitting upright and lots of space to move and safe walkways. Also, we're seeing a 8-lane track here that'll soon be lined, but has not yet been. So lots of new things here at Pine River. It's kind of fun to see.
Yeah, a lot of things. A lot of, a bond passed down here about a year or so ago. A lot of construction on the middle school, high school complex and the elementary building. Nice to see community come together and get that passed. Certainly all the behind-the-scenes work there by everybody. And you know what? McBain went through it about maybe 2 years ago with the big auditorium that they have added on to their complex. If you haven't seen it, it's quite the facility. It certainly looks nice down here as we look over this ball field. It'd be nice to get a little more grass growing. Next year to look a lot different down here.
Sure will. A lot of excavation. Not much time to grow grass.
Utek drops back. He looks long, and it is completed with a flag on the play. Pretty decent coverage again for the Bucks there as Adrian Andrus unable to make the play. And is that 18 there? Sycamore with that catch?
That was kind of a little bit of an unfair matchup there as Adrian is a foreign exchange student who's just learning football, trying to cover Sycamore, who's, obviously it looks like he's been playing for a while.
Yep.
The way he's played tonight. So.
Do you happen to know where he's from? I don't offhand. Denmark that we're hearing
Denmark,
up here.
Thank you.
That was a lot of help up here in the booth always.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I was drawing a blank there for a second. I was running through the list of European countries in my mind.
Always nice when, a school, you get people like that coming over, juniors, seniors in high school, taking classes and trying to get a little extracurricular feel. Last year, I know the Bucks down here, we had Masa.
Yep.
Able to do a lot of things.
Yeah, Japanese exchange student, Masahiro Agawa.
Nice tackle right there by Brian McCurry and number 28 for the Bucks.
Yeah, Adrian, I guess, is actually he's a pretty good soccer player, but much to the chagrin of Jenny Hoagland, our soccer coach, said, "Hey, this is my only chance to ever try playing football."
And now's your chance to do those kinds of things.
Yep, looking over the shoulder here.
That was 28
Bobby
also.
Crouch.
Tyler Signor with that tackle along with Brian McCurry.
Coach Crouch is hoping for a stop here. Crouch is Pine River's longest tenured coach. Has been coaching back all the way to the Todd Baker days when Coach Martin was actually a player.
Well, I'm not going to tell everybody that I actually was Coach Martin's 6th grade teacher.
There you go.
That would age me, so I shouldn't say that.
I actually was in attendance at both Pine River Coach Martin and McBain Coach Maloney's weddings. Coach Maloney played football down at Saginaw Valley, and I was especially good friends with his younger brother Don Maloney, who was a teacher down at Saginaw Heritage. And so I know both these coaches pretty well. Both these guys love football and are fortunate enough to be head coaches in their hometowns, which I guess is both a blessing and a curse probably at times.
Got a motion penalty against McBain right there. Yeah. 3:06 to go. McBain leading 20-0. As third quarter's kind of been a little bit I guess a little bit more stop and go kind of thing. Seems like a few penalties here and there, more the so than we saw in the first half.
Yeah, it seems like since about 3 minutes left in the second half, things have gotten a little sloppy.
Seen some big plays here in the third quarter. Andrew Park with a great interception. And Sycamore with a big, probably 40-yard pass catch here a few minutes ago. And a short gain on third down is going to bring up 4th and 5 from the 15-yard line. Let's see if McBain goes for this or if they're going to bring in Super Toe. See if we can kick a field goal here.
Yeah, looks
What
like
would you make this call here, Coach?
Well, I think they might throw it up to one of their big, tall receivers. We got press coverage. We got Elijah Lewis up on George Brown III on our side of the field.
They're looking at him. No, it looks back the other way. And I think that's going to be good coverage right there. Looked like he turned around just in time, way over there.
28 for the Bucks.
Now that's
Tyler Signer
with a nice play. Oh, got his body turned around at the last second. Almost looked like it might develop into a pass interference kind of situation. And he turned around, looked at the ball, and broke it up. So the Bucks are going to take over. This is a third drive in a row where they've stopped McBain. The last two started inside or out their 5-yard line. This time they're out at the 15, 14-yard line. Not great field position, but better.
Yeah. They're not on the 4, so it's helpful. McBain, they flip their outside linebackers. They got a strong weak side outside backer, it appears.
Hill looks, he throws, and that's a nice catch by Rupert right there. I believe it's a catch.
It's called.
Just called it incomplete. So
Rupert doesn't seem to agree. It looked like he had caught it and went down, and the ball kind of rolled, and then he grasped it again, but we couldn't tell from here if it touched any dirt above him.
Yeah, it's kind of his back was between the ball and us. We weren't able to see that. Certainly nice attempt by him. Hey, while we're getting everybody set on the plays there, we want to give a big shout out to folks in the truck and out in the cameras. Such a hot night trying to survive, especially in that hot truck. And cameras, we had Morris Langworthy to start. I think Morris has jumped into the truck for a while now. We had Jacob Owens, and also on camera we got Erica Goslin. Doing some replay for us is Corey Burson. Wyatt Van Dynen in charge of the whole kabang here, and Chad Phillips sitting up here with me in the booth.
Well, I noticed that McBain has given Sean Sycamore a blow, which gives the Bucks a little more chance to run in the interior. One thing Pine River does have going for it, I mean, despite the score here, is that they are starting only 3 two-way players, where McBain has about 6. So maybe that might give them a little boost here in the second half. Although injuries are starting to be a little bit of a factor.
We get a timeout on the play here. While we're in this timeout, we'll give you a phone number if you want to promote your business and join our sponsor team. That phone number is 231-577-1844, or you can email sales@mynews26.com. We are bringing you 2 games this weekend. We're down at Pine River, and we have another truck on the road right now. That's at the Beale City Lake City game. Next week, our trucks head out on the road. McBain will be traveling up to Manton. That should be a pretty solid ball game, and Pine River hosts homecoming with Lake City coming to town.
I think the officials are being a little lenient on these timeouts.
Yep.
Give them a little extra time as they usually do in these types of games for water. Just a little history. Didn't get a chance to do this before the game, but Pine River first football season was 1967, and McBain was 1971, and Pine River won that first matchup by a score of 40-18, and the second matchup by a score of 20-0 before McBain was able to get their first win by a score of 12-6 in the third year. But last year Pine River won 36-20, and McBain though leads the series overall 27-19, and they're looking to make it 28-19 if they can hold on to this 20-0 lead here late in the third quarter.
You know, these two schools just probably 15 to 20 miles apart. Depending on which road you take to get there. Good rivalry as Hill looks. He finds Rupert with a nice catch and a good tackle right there up behind the play on that. That'd be number 3. Gavin Seeland, he's the sophomore. Bucks get a first down, probably on the 30, 31-yard line.
A little glimpse of the future as a sophomore. Seeland made a tackle on the sophomore Rupert.
And they'll be battling each other in a lot of sports. I know Rupert puts on the tennis shoes here for winter season. I'm not sure about Gavin.
Well, he goes to McBain, so chances are he plays basketball.
Yep. Nice tackle in the middle of the field right there. That's big number 75. Wouldn't want to feed him Bonico. Owen Bonico.
You guys might recognize that name, as I mentioned earlier. His dad Mark played at Ferris and was a Marion graduate back in the heyday, and Uncle Doug played down at Central Michigan.
Yep.
And so they come from quite a football family, and also they come with some genetics for the size.
Yeah.
Which
is, absolutely. Absolutely.
Outside of like the J.R. Holmes you mentioned earlier, that seems to be one of the genes lacking in Pine River. Not a lot of height most years.
Okay, Hill looks. He throws quickly out to, I think there's that. Can't tell who that is on the far side. We'll get
Andrew
that
Park,
here.
number 5.
That's
Andrew
3.
Park.
It's Andrew Park.
Yep.
Nice
5.
play right there. First down for the Bucks.
Pine River's just running some hitches, just had kind of hitches and little hook patterns, trying to soften McBain up. McBain's kind of playing deep. You see now that they have Verberkamos playing safety here out in the middle of the field. I imagine he can cover some ground. So we have to be a little careful.
Let's see if Pine River gets his play off before halftime here. They do. Probably kind of wishing they hadn't right now as McBain stops this with what looks like about a 5 to 6, 7-yard loss. That'll run down the end of the third quarter with McBain leading 20-0. We're going to take a short break, everybody, and we will be back with fourth quarter action here on 26 Sports and CCTV.